Oi oi, Roger Retro Gamer here. Hope you're all well. Following on from my first video, my history in video gaming collecting. Following on from the NES, which I amassed, I'm pretty sure I got to close to about 25 games, which back in the day that was a lot. Most people had sort of 10 at the most. But yeah, I properly got into me gaming and collecting. So yeah, onwards and upwards from there. And then come along this powerhouse known as the Sega Mega Drive. I first played one around of friends, as we all did usually. Sega Mega Drive, and it was Super Monaco GP were early games, and I think it was Altered Beast were early games that I played. Yeah, badgering mum and dad come next Christmas or next birthday. Birthday's October, so it was either birthday or Christmas, can't remember exactly, but after a lot of pestering, yeah, we ended up getting, again, all my gear up here is bubble wrapped up, and unfortunately this has been put in the collection a long while ago, before I learnt the art of bubble wrapping things up so that you could still see them nicely. But yeah, it's the Sega Mega Drive with Sonic the Hedgehog pack. I'm pretty sure I got this, must have been, it was at least a year after getting the NES. So, and that was sort of mid to late-ish 91. So there's got to be probably 92. I got the Mega Drive. And as I say, the first sort of go at that was Super Monaco GP around of friends. And I'm sure he had Altered Beast, and there was another game, like a cutesy sort of almost like a shoot 'em up come platformer type game. I can't think now offhand what it was, but I remember it was a Japanese cart that it sort of pulled apart, and obviously it just pulled apart, being held on by the sticker pretty much, but pulled apart, lobbed it in the console to play it, and then when it weren't needed, back on the shelf. So yeah, finally got the Mega Drive, well pleased with that, and thick and fast, the game started coming in, trades. I did trade off in the end, got rid of the NES, and got loads of Mega Drive games. So yeah, I mean, after getting Sonic the Hedgehog with the console as a pack-in title, which probably my favourite ever console and pack-in title, we got Altered Beast, brilliant game. There was an Altered Beast down the Muzzies, down the arcades local, so used to play this quite often. Rise from your grave, love it. Yeah, so brilliant game. Again, if you're into Mega Drive in any sort of shape or form, you've probably played this, got it. There we go, Altered Beast. Another one early on, and as you did, you the old in the playground or in class when you've got nothing else better to do. I mean, why would you learn or take note of what the teacher says? You'd compare what you got, what you ain't got, you know, or talk about games or football or the latest film or what have you that you've seen. And a friend recommended Streets of Rage early on, and I pretty much, apart from Double Dragon, this was, you know, one of my first side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and absolutely love it. You can't beat Streets of Rage. Well, you can. Number 2. But yeah, number 1 is legendary. Brilliant game. Soon after that, Road Rash. Oh yeah. Again, another standout early Mega Drive title. Holds up even today. The music, although very whiny, is brilliant even today. Great stuff. Then a bit of a crazy one, platformer. Decap Attack. That was an early title added in my little collection back in the day. When I got the Mega Drive and then got some games and got rid of the NES action set and games, I built up a fair collection, and I didn't really tend to swap them or get rid of them after that. Once they were in the collection, it was kind of like they're in, and just every now and again, if I weren't feeling it or I didn't really take to the game, I'd probably go back and play it. I mean, you know, not made of money, so that's what you did back in the day. Try it, and try it again another day. Hopefully you like it then. I think you'll all agree, anyone remotely interested in sports, the hockey games back on the Mega Drive are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Cracking multiplayer games, or even just playing against the computer. Brilliant games. Particularly when you have a little dust up mid-match. So EA Hockey, it's another standout title. And then being someone who has always loved platform games, and did early on from the NES, this was just absolutely brilliant. On another planet. It was kind of give me the feeling of like, wow, this is almost next gen, before there was even a saying next gen, you know. Absolutely cracking game, really varied, really brilliant game. Music was good, graphics were good. I'm pretty sure it was an Amiga sort of port. I don't know much about Amigas, never had one, never even played one, but yeah, really good. James Bond, codename Robocod. James Bond 2, brilliant. Finally tracked down this, which was Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco Gp2. After having played Super Monaco GP, which was one of my first titles around a friend's playing on, Monaco GP2, and this was brilliant, really fast paced, really good game, well worth adding and playing. And then being into sports, PGA Tour Golf 2. I never did try number 1 back in the day. It was this was my first go at a golf game. Didn't mind golf, didn't really understand it back in the day, but was always, you know, a few pals, a couple of clubs, a couple of golf balls, and we'd just whack them round a football pitch or round the school grounds after school when the school was shut down, you know. Yeah, great fun. But this was, I prefer the way these play, you know, even now, much more than the up-to-date games. PGA Tour Golf 2. Again, going back to platforming, this was a real standout title. Tiny Toons Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. The graphics on it are fantastic, and again, it's another on my PSP that I've got that's fully loaded with NES. It's also got fully loaded Mega Drive from all territories, and this is again another game I'll have a little blast on now and again, even now. So yeah, real great fun. Muhammad Ali, brilliant game. We're sort of going back to the times of Muhammad Ali and obviously Tyson, Bruno, that sort of era, and everyone says Muhammad Ali was the best boxer ever. But there was a fantastic licensed game for him. I think this is much better than the Mike Tyson's Punch Out, which was on the NES. This, to me, nostalgia reasons, absolutely brilliant game. Would play it now, happily. So it's difficult to remember exactly what games I had. The games so far are definitely games I had. I think they're pretty much in order. And then we come to Sonic 2, released on Sonic Tuesday. Brilliant game. 2-player on this is fantastic. I mean, I'm sure you've all played it, completed it, but wow, better than that little chubby plumber that goes about, eh? Bit of Sonic. Can't beat Sonic. Brilliant game. No Mega Drive collections complete without a Sonic game. Got to have a Sonic game. Micro Machines, really good title back in the day. Get a few mates round. Have the challenges on that. I personally find it, even now, quite infuriating. But it's a good game. It is a good game. And it's great they sort of brought in so many different types of levels, really. Really good. And and obviously got some really varied characters in there as well. So another good standout title. And anyway, so around Christmas time, spent all my birthday money, and by then, and Christmas time come along, got a few games, spent all that going around Colchester, and then we last visit shop was Debenhams, and upstairs in Debenhams back in the day, they did Mega Drive games. So I've gone there as Mum's going around looking at stuff for my sister to get with her birthday Christmas money, and scuppered across a nice sort of platform of Mega Drive titles and all sorts there, and there was a demo unit set up, and it was I don't know whether they actually let you play the game, and it was a proper demo unit ready playing, or whether it was just running on a TV so that you could see how it was. But this game was there, it was all, and I pestered my mum. Oh, bless her, looking back, I'd give her bloody hell before we left the shop, and she did. She bought me it in the end. Spoiled little shit I was. And I played this. I mean, it's a brilliant game. Very sort of the best way to explain it is sort of slippy or sloppy controls. You glide and slide around all over the gaff. But it's a really good game, really good platformer. Got the sort of times Chuppa Chups, Chuppa Chups lollies. I think again this was an Amiga title, but yeah, pestered me mum to get me that, and she did, bless her. Love you lots, mum, and yeah, absolutely love the game. So it went in the collection, and then we get to the most notable for me. Looking back, it's probably the best platform game ever for me. Sonic 3 still holds a challenge even today. The music's brilliant. That Ice Cap Zone music, oh, fantastic. And the 3D levels on the Spheres, brilliant. Introduction of Knuckles as well, and obviously then you've got the Sonic and Knuckles kart you can link up with it as well. But this game in its own right, absolutely brilliant. And Blue Spine, I think it was quite an early Blue Spine title, must have been. Yeah, so I amassed, I think back in the day, all in with the Mega Drive, I amassed, I'm sure I had them little, I think a lot of people had them, like a 2-shelf plastic unit, and then in the top it was sort of countersunk for you to either sit your Mega Drive or your SNES in, and I had 2 of those, and I had one with the Mega Drive, and it was loaded with games, and I had it sort of double stacked, one's behind the other. So it was about, and then I had another one with just put the shelf on it, and then my telly was on top of that, and it was proper ropey. I remember my mum always saying, "That's gonna go, that's gonna go. You knock into that." But yeah, so my little 14-inch telly at the time on there with another 2 shelves stacked, double stacked with games. So I had about built up to, must have been 60 odd, maybe even 70 games back in the day. But however, soon enough the games on the Mega Drive started to thin out, and we'll talk about that another time. One game I did, whilst having a Mega Drive, one game I was desperate to get, and I'd already been a bit overly spoilt, and I'd just had a new pair of trainers, so on at Mum. Mum was the easy one. I could usually twist her and get my own way. Bless her, love her lots. Basically, she would dug her heels in. No, you're not getting it. And anyway, it looks a bit too adult. What? I was nearly adult anyway. 13, 14, probably 13, 12, 13. Must have been 13 or so. 13 going on 14. So yeah. So she dug her heels in. But I got my own way, in my own way, in the end. So we'll go into that next time. I did look at getting another console, just to specifically play this one particular game. It's a console I'd never had before, that I hadn't even seen it. But a Journey into Roy's, and I happen to mention that I can't get this particular game. Mum's dug her heels in. Have you got it? If you get it, let me know. I've got to have it. I'll trade a load of games in. I'll make it worth your while. Like, you know, we'll do a one-sided deal. Just, I've got to get this game. Everyone's on about it. Everyone's playing it. So next time we'll talk about that. And anyway, you all take care. See you soon. Bye bye for now.